How's everyone doing? In this video, I'm going to focus on the creation of the created player in MLB The Show 20. I was able to create my player in about 45 minutes after completing these moments. It will show right now that these moments are locked until you actually go in and create and upload your created player to unlock these moments as it's depicted right there. So that's very easy to do. I'm going to focus on everything in this video specifically for the created player. In the meantime, what you're going to want to do to complete these collections, you won't necessarily have to do this right now, but I figured if I'm going to try and complete these moments, I'll put the buy orders up for some of these cards, and by the time I finish with these moments, I'll have those buy orders filled and I'll be able to complete these collections if you have the extra stubs, if you're willing to do so right now. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Also, if you're new with the market, you can kind of get a quick fast forwarded view of the marketplace and putting in buy and sell now orders. I also talked a little bit about it in my previous upload. But anyway, to get back on track with this, there is a series of moments that you can complete, and they will allow you to get up until the gold tier for your creative player. So basically what I did was I just went into this create a player, create and edit. I created Joe Random, didn't customize him at all. My creative player in years past has always had the name Pablo Sanchez, a backyard baseball legend. That's a game I grew up playing. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and create right now. But first, before I do that, let's focus on batting stances. I like to go ahead and start with Chipper Jones or someone who has a natural switch hitting swing, because I am creating a switch hitting catcher. I don't have Chipper Jones on my team, so essentially I'm trying to create a Chipper Jones type of player, and right now my player is left-handed, so I'm going to have to change that a little bit up right now once we create this. They do have the audio for this specific name in the game, and that's what it is showing right now. I'm also going to delete this and type in a different name. I put Pab, and now we'll try to switch it back so that way you can see once again that there is the first name and last name audio for that specific player name. I think that that's pretty cool as well. They have always increased the names that they've put into the game. He does not have a secondary position simply because you get to choose which player you're trying to grind or which position you're trying to grind out. The first couple of tiers, as we see right here, are unlocked at 10, 20, 40, and 60 stars. These missions right here will add up to just enough, and you'll be able to unlock that gold card. Completing the collections will also give you a significant amount of stars for this creative player to earn that diamond after playing about 100 innings with that creative player, which is about 10 games or so, depending on if you go into extra innings, depending on if you're playing against the computer on the side as well. But basically in these moments, I want you to focus on trying to take as many pitches as you can. I'm not quite sure what difficulty these moments are on. I tried to just get them over with as quickly as possible. I actually completed all these moments on the first try, except for the JT Realmuto moment that will be last. That's kind of a one plate appearance type of moment. But here, as you can see, you have the 70 overall bronze creative player. This is just a regular build. He does not have an archetype or anything of that nature. You can actually plug that card in your lineup, grind them out in ranked seasons, grind them out against the computer, and accumulate innings with that bronze card and start to build up your creative player that way. But I recommend completing these moments. Might as well get the best version of the creative player that you can in order to grind it out in ranked seasons. I figured why not try and go for the gold version of the creative player and then use that one. A switch hitting gold card as a catcher in this year's game is actually really usable and really valuable. And once we finish up with this video, you'll see the stats later on, and he is very good. I mean, arguably better than the current catcher I'm using, Mitch Garver. I've also used Yasmani Grandal, but there are quite a few good catchers. Gary Sanchez. A lot of the cards, a lot of the catchers that you'll be using will be in these moments as well. So kind of interesting. This one you have to tally 3 base hits. The previous one you just had to knock in that RBI. They might throw you pitch outs because they think you're trying to squeeze a sacrifice bunt in there. They might throw you a lot of balls in general simply to try to get you to chase. There is one moment where you can't hit into a double play, so they'll try and throw you low in the zone. You really just have to kind of fight and take good pitches and try and swing at pitches that are meatballs over the middle of the plate. As you can see, in the bottom. Actually, I might be hiding it, but it's a 3-2 count. I'm trying to extend the at-bat as long as possible, get that fastball over the middle of the plate, hit it perfectly, and send it out for a home run. Even though it's not required, in this moment. It's nice to hit the ball over the fence in these moments because there are a lot of fluke things that can happen. The computer will try and rob you of base hits. They'll make diving plays. Base runners will not advance when they're supposed to, when you need extra base hits, and you kind of will get messed up on the bases because you're trying to complete the moment, but those CPU runners are not advancing. So that will also take place in this video. There we get the silver version, the 75 overall version of the catcher, and that's going to be nice to have right away. I'm not going to use them ever. I'm just going to try for the gold one, but if you wanted to just, try him out, see how he's doing before you complete these moments, or if you're really just itching to get online and play some ranked seasons and you have a specific amount of time, then I completely understand. I faced somebody who was using their bronze creative player and he seemed like he was alright back there. But anyway, this one is with Mitch Garver. This moment was a little bit more difficult because you have to get an extra base hit as well as 3 base hits in the same game. So some of these moments you'll have multiple games. That Wilson Ramos moment was a 3-hit games, 3 hits in 3 different games, and I completed it in 1 game. So that's a game series, and you'll have one plate appearance. You'll have a different variety of situations, and I think that this is pretty cool. It's a nice way to learn the game a little bit if you're brand new to the game, and build up a free, no money spent budget player that plays like a diamond once you add some equipment. I'll talk about that in a little bit. We need to hit a base hit, an extra base hit. The more you're able to complete towards the moment in the first part of the game, the initial few innings of the game, you will be able to get more at-bats. Keep in mind that I hit in the first inning, now it's the second inning, but that's also because I knocked in a base hit. I made progress towards the moment. It's going to reward you, and it's set up in an algorithm in that way. I think it's kind of interesting. It's a 3-1 count right here, facing with Mitch Garver facing Danny Duffy. In that situation, that pitch is below the zone. That's not a pitch you're looking to swing at. But I'm also not trying to draw a walk in that situation. You can develop bad habits by swinging at bad pitches in these moments. But here I went with a power swing. I'm looking to get the extra base hit in the last at-bat, or the last couple of chances here. And it worked out. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I wanted to test out a power swing as well because I have yet to use it online. But to get back to what I was saying about swinging at that bad pitch or a few bad pitches, sometimes the moments force you to swing at bad pitches simply because you get into a 3-0 count, a 3-1 count. You don't necessarily want to draw a walk because that's not making any progress towards the moment. You want to take a hack and try to power swing in that situation to get an extra base hit to try and make progress, but you don't want to draw the walk, if that makes sense. So here, this is the moment where you need 2 base hits, avoid a double play, and some of these are pretty simple. I'm not quite sure if it's a universal difficulty. I might have missed it. It's just something I wasn't reading. I was just looking at the challenge, trying to complete it because I am also on a limited amount of time. I'm trying to spend some time with my family on my spring break, as well as upload as much content as possible. But here, this is a perfect example. If I needed an extra base hit right there, I wouldn't have been able to get it because I hit that ball over his head. It was clear that it was getting down. The announcer even hinted that it was an extra base hit, and the runner simply just didn't advance. So that's going to happen, but we do get the 78 overall silver program reward for this creative player system, and I think that this type of system is really nice. I went from having no creative player at all to having a gold switch hitting catcher with the Chipper Jones style build that's going to have 80s stats, 80s attributes across the board for the most part, except for speed. So those are things that MLB The Show and the developers really give us some really good opportunities to grind this out. But here we need a home run from Gary Sanchez. We need to hit it out in this game, and we're facing Alex Wood. This card is a community favorite, a fan favorite. The gold live series, I shouldn't say live series, the gold rookie version of Alex Wood. He also had a live series version that's been decent in the past, but another fluke opportunity there. I thought he was going to rob me of a homer when I need a home run to complete the moment. Anyway, the Alex Wood has always had a nice reliever, or has had a relief pitching version of gold card with very good changeup, very good sinker, that deceptive delivery. Some of these moments can be a little bit difficult in that sense, but now as I completed those moments, those buy orders filled, I can complete these collections simply because I have these guys. I'm not sure if I'll complete their respective teams' collections right now. I'm focused on the creative player, just building them up, trying to see what the attributes would look like with equipment added. This is the last moment that I did not complete on the first try right here. All MLB first team catcher, tallied 1 extra base hit and 1 run batted in. With JT Realmuto, for whatever reason, I just was not able to square up Gio Gonzalez, and that's who you're facing in this moment. So I had a great opportunity in this specific at-bat right here. Hit one into the gap. Nobody's running around the bases, so unfortunately this did come into play. I got thrown out on what could have been a double, and turns out to be a single. This guy's just standing there at second base, but I had to just try again a couple times later. I had another great opportunity, 2-1 count. Great opportunity, good time to take a power swing. I did not power swing though, because I felt like the last time I did, it didn't work out. This time was a regular X swing, a good squared up hit, and that's going to complete the moment. So now we get the gold creative player right then and there, a program star for completing a specific amount of XP. We leveled up to level 15. So I ended up pulling the best gold equipment item in those socks. That's the only equipment item for the gold tier, or for those socks with gold tier. And there's really only a few choices for those socks in general. So that's a good item to have. But here we're just going to equip what we have for the most part. And I'll go into a play versus computer game, so that way we can see what his attributes are looking like after the equipment attributes have been boosted, have been added to his current build, which is just the 82 gold. So he's actually going to be a higher overall than an 82, but it's not going to show that. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Went into a play for a CPU game against the Orioles, and this card is absolutely amazing. I mean, 86 fielding, that's going to be a gold caliber fielder. 80 arm strength, that's good enough. 83 blocking is pretty good. I could also get a diamond chest or diamond catcher's mask, as well as chest protector, better equipment there, but solid contact and power attributes, as well as solid vision in general. Just a solid card all around. Pablo Sanchez will be going off. He'll be hitting some home runs, hopefully. I'm going to try to get that power attribute boosted up one more to make sure that they're both in the 80s for that threshold. But thank you all for watching this video. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.